Okay, so people are really freaking out about Bitcoin. What's happening basically to all cryptos? All of them are red. They're having massive crashes, massive dips, massive losses. And many people thought that we were in a bull run, so they weren't really expecting this. I mean, 90% of the people are never saw this coming. But I did, because if you remember my first video when I made this prediction for Bitcoin for this month of June, I told you guys that this month was going to be extremely volatile and that it was going to be a downtrend, a general downtrend. Now, if you guys remember, in that video, I placed this blue line as the limit that I thought that the price wouldn't go lower than that. Well, the news is that the volatility and the downtrend of Bitcoin in this month is so big that we actually broke that line. We actually came all the way back to 58k, 59k, somewhere like that. And now we're trying to recover. We are currently on 61k as of today, which is 24th of June. So this is very, very interesting, and you'll see that this prediction is correct, is 100% correct so far, unless until this day, which is June 20. This is where things start to get weird, but I'll show you and do a recap to show you all of this. But before I begin, I want to clarify. And I do want to recommend all of you to watch my previous videos if you have not watched them already. That way you can know the context of this prediction, how it works, and how it develops with each and every circle, what they mean, all of that, right? So let's begin the recap for today on June 14. I think it's a good day. It's basically half of the month. So remember, on June 14 or 15, we had this red circle, means a downtrend. So we are expecting a downtrend on 14. That's exactly what happened. The price begins right here. This is where the day starts. Takes a significant dip, not really that big, especially as compared to volatility of previous days. And the price finally ended on a lower position than the one we started. So this downtrend consolidated on the 14th. The 15th of June was basically nothing burger. Nothing really happened on that day. Look at it. You're looking at it right now. The price didn't really do anything. Now the next circle, yellow circle, 16 or 17. Basically more volatility or a range or a neutral price. We saw more like a neutral kind of phase on June 16. The entire day was basically exactly like June 15, which is basically doing nothing. But by 17 we saw some volatility on the downside and also on the upside. Slight volatility. I mean, I told you guys this month was going to be extremely volatile. This month was going to be extremely special. And now we're seeing the next circle, which is 17 or 18. So green circle means an uptrend. So we saw the uptrend on 17. You can see the price right here. Takes a dip and goes up. Takes another dip, kind of recovers and stays right here for the end of the day. So it was a very slight uptrend. In fact, I think it's more like a yellow circle. Actually, it doesn't really feel like an uptrend to me, because remember, this is a downtrend month. I warned you all of you guys before this month even began. So I told you all this was going to be a general downtrend, and that's exactly what we're seeing. In a general downtrend, the carry power of that downtrend is way higher, way more powerful than particular circles. So 18th of June, let's see if the uptrend consolidated on 18th of June again. 18th of June was also more like a yellow day. This is where the day begins. takes a dip, recovers, does some slight recovery even further, and we finish the day on a similar position to the one we started with. So this circle was more like a yellow. We did saw some recovery, some uptrends in those days, but they were very small, very slight. Doesn't really feel like an uptrend to me. Now 18 of June was also shared with this red circle, 18 or 19, a downtrend. So we already take a look at 18. So let's see what 19 brings to the table. Basically a yellow day, yeah, on a slight uptrend actually. So you could say this downtrend was more. It happened on the 18th of June, more like. Doesn't really feel like 19 was an uptrend. Now the next day, single circle, 20th of June, green uptrend. That's not what happened. Look at this. This is where the day begins. The price tries to go up. This is a kind of a resistance shared with this other previous level on the 17th of June, which also coincides with this green circle. Then we take a dip. The price tries kind of stabilizes and goes lower even further. So 20th of June was not an uptrend, definitely. It was actually a downtrend on that day. This is the only circle so far that is not correct. This is, I mean, this and the other circle, but I'll get to that part later. So this circle, next one, is 21 or 22 of June, red circle, a downtrend. It actually confirms on 21, although, like I said, 21 or 22, especially 22, is basically, look at this. This is a nothing burger. They did absolutely nothing on that day. Absolutely nothing. So the downtrend actually consolidated on 21 of June. And especially if you take into account the final hours of the last day, which is 20. So this red circle, we got it correct. Not really as dramatic, but remember, this is a general downtrend. We're seeing lower lows. You actually see right here, the chart is collapsing. Basically, it's collapsing over all of this month. So the next day, next circle, 23, green circle, like I said, we saw exactly the opposite. This is where the day begins. This is where it ends, somewhere around here. So massive crash, massive dip. This dip did not consolidate on this day. The uptrend did not occur on this day, 23 of June. A clear downtrend. This and the circle of 20 of June are the circles so far that are not 100% correct. They are actually wrong. So the next circle, the next day is 24 of June. The downtrend actually continued, and even though we actually saw some significant recoveries all the way back to 60k. This is where the lowest position so far in this month, 58k, 59k, somewhere around that level, and the recovery so far right now is on 61k. So still not as high compared to when the day started, which is somewhere around 62k, almost 63. So it's actually a downtrend on that day, 24 of June. And the next circle is 25 or 26. We're expecting a downtrend. So the next day, which is tomorrow, and the day of that this video will be launched on YouTube, what we are expecting is either a downtrend, means that this recovery will not last and will go even lower, possibly all the way back to 55k, somewhere, something like that. I really don't know. I really don't care. All I care is the trends of the day. So it will be interesting what happens on that day. And the next day is 26th of June. So 26 is shared with this green circle, which is 26 or 27. So 26 is going to be either very volatile, like extremely volatile, could be maybe all the way back to 66k. I don't know, something like that, probably. But it could also be a day of a basically nothing burger day, a day with neutral price. The price does nothing for the rest of the day. We could see that because 26 will be kind of a yellow day in this regard, considering that both circles actually share that day. The other possibility is that on the 27 we will see an uptrend, and 26 could be a downtrend. So that's one another possibility. And finally, by 28 or 29, there's a correction, another downtrend, which also coincides with another shared circle, which is on the 29, a green circle, which means basically we will have a yellow day for 29 of June, near the end of the month. So it's been a very dramatic ride. Like I said in the beginning, no one else was expecting this. I was expecting this because, like I said in my first video for this month, I told you all that Bitcoin was going to have a general downtrend for this month, and that it was going to be extremely volatile, lots of downs, lots of ups, and that's exactly what we're seeing. That's exactly what we saw in the previous days. So anyways, guys, I think this is all for today. I want to invite you all to subscribe, like, share. We're growing with each single day, and all of you are becoming part of this family that will be incredibly big in the very near future. So, with that being said, I wish you a good day, and I'll see you guys later.